Yeah, we back at it like a back relaxed on a Craftmatic. It's Lab Chronicles, Peace to Red Alert. We back to put in work. Yours truly slaying you alongside my co-host, co-brethren. Tell him.
DJ Finn live in the building. What's good?
DJ Finn, how you doing, fam?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Fresh off the shift.
Very soon flying out.
Yeah. We're going
Taking the Iron Bird.
Taking the Iron Bird to the colder climates.
Oh, yeah. Is it like, is it out there that they had a snowstorm?
I think these guys are saying Calgary.
Okay.
Well, close enough.
Well,
One province.
God go with you and snowshoes, sir.
One province over.
Man, but a whole different climate.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yep.
But we here, man. It's episode, what is this? Do you even know?
I'll guess 17, 16, 17.
17, 16. Okay. We're doing all right. We have to have some kind of anniversary when we reach 20 or maybe even 100 if we make it that far. But yeah, we here. And we definitely on Legends Row for this episode. We got a legend in the building. We were just talking about it and I said, who have you not done cuts for? And I almost guarantee there's not an answer. If it's probably a kid in the basement that we don't even know his name. That's probably the only artist that he hasn't done cuts for. He is a multi-turntablist champion, correct? Part of Turnstiles, correct?
Sure.
This guy said sure. Oh,
Allegedly.
DJ / producer. The great DJ Grouch in the building. How you doing, sir?
Thank you for the biggest wrestling intro of
I've been watching my WWE.
Yeah, man. Respect for that.
No doubt.
Thank you. Honored to be here, man. It's a pleasure, fellas. It's I've been
good to have you, bro. Good to have you.
Been tuning in.
Seen.
It's been good, man. You guys got some good shit here.
Oh, respect. So the first question we ask everybody that comes through is, what were you listening to on the way over here?
Shit, I've been, sometimes I catch myself just listening to stuff that I've worked on, you know what I mean? So, I was listening to some of that, which we can get into a little bit later. But what was I playing lately? They're called Psychic Mirrors.
Where are they from?
They're from Miami.
What kind of music?
It's kind of like some chill, funk,
Psychic Mirrors.
They've been labeled yacht rock, but it's not
I've never even heard of that genre. Yacht rock.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
I heard
so yacht rock was 80s shit, like Toto, Africa. That's yacht rock.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just some show, you can drive to it, you can be on poolside and lounge into it.
That's Alchemist. That's Alchemist's album.
Oh, word?
That's what it's called. This newest album's called Yacht Rock.
Oh, yeah?
You probably sampled a bunch of yacht rock.
Yeah, that's probably
Some Turkish with yacht rock.
I learned something today. Learn something every damn episode anyway. Okay. Finn, what you been listening to?
Just some exclusive shit. A-Sun and Mav just dropped some shit. Sibs produced. Today I got the exclusive.
You made it when you talk about yourself in the first person.
Yeah, I just
heard
some.
Oh, you said Sibs.
I said Sibs.
Sibs.
Come on, relax.
I just heard some of it too. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. So I've been just getting some exclusive shit that nobody has yet. Future Wave and Daniel's Son Moonshine Mix. They sent me a couple joints, so that's what I've been listening to and some podcasts.
That's dropping soon. That Moonshine Mix. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have a date yet by the time this comes out, but sometime this month, I'm assuming.
Me, I am conceited, so I was listening to my own stuff on the way over here. Shout out A-Sun, shout out Cyanide, J Cyanide, Snacks, Dante, Falcon Crest. I was pretty much listening to my own personal compilation. Just to, you may never hear these songs, to be honest with you. But you probably will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Just checking that out. Man, it's a good feeling.
Put the shit out, man.
Yeah. That's pretty much the motto around here. We don't hold anything. No more hoarding. Years of hoarding.
I hear that.
Yeah, got a lot of songs that I thought were crazy. I never put them out. And I still listen to them today and say, shit, Anyway, let's get into it. Grouch.
Yes, sir.
When did your love for music start?
I mean, pretty early on. I mean, my parents were always, as early as I can remember, my parents were always listening to music, you know, like anything from like the typical Latin, you know, Latin shit, you know, that they were into.
What's your background? As you say that.
Yeah, so I was born in Panama. My mom's from Panama. My dad's Colombian.
Seen.
Yeah.
Seen.
But I pretty much grew up here.
Right.
I came here when I was like 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they were always listening to that stuff. But then my mom would, you know, play the Beatles or some Motown stuff. My dad was into like some country music, and he also he'd play like Barry White, you know, shit like that. So
you had like an eclectic musical background, basically growing up on all kinds of music. So when did the hip hop hit you?
Oh man, like growing up in the 80s, like like.
Do you remember like the first song that you heard that was like that's my shit right there?
Like Planet Rock.
Scene.
Planet Rock.
Yeah.
Like that was the joint. Like
True.
as soon as that came on, and even like maybe Tour de France, that type of shit. But yeah, when like hearing that shit, and then you know everybody was just breakdancing and b-boying and all that stuff. So
So you used to breakdance?
yeah, I mean I tried it out.
He said did for like a day.
I had a good up rock, and my finishing move was the knee spin. I couldn't do anything else. I still could probably do the knee spin, but that's about it.
Once I couldn't get the windmill, I turned in my Adidas shell toes at that point. I couldn't do it. Couldn't get that down. I wish to this day I could do it. But yeah, so okay. So then the DJing came pretty close after the hip hop love?
Yeah, a few years after I decided to try it out. Like I mean I used to see it. You know, growing up in the West End, you know...
what part of the city you grew up in?
I grew up in Scarletwood Courts.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the West End. And pretty much, you know, we used to have, like... I mean, you know, in the States, call it block parties, but we call it blockos.
Right.
So just everybody's outside, and you had the cardboard and the fucking boombox. And, yeah, man, we just try to, like, do this hip-hop shit. Tag our names on the wall, you know, all that shit. And then I used to see the DJ, and I was just really, you know, like, it just really caught my attention. You know, I was just like, wow, this person's controlling the crowd, controlling the vibe, you know what I mean?
Do you remember who that was, DJing was?
I wish I could remember names. I was so young, but, you know, I just used to see... There would be different DJs. Who knows? It could have been even like some of these dudes from back in the day, like the TKOs and the Sunshines. You know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah, and then like I just realized my pops had a setup in his you know, in the living room, which had a turntable and a mixer. And like attached to like a stereo receiver.
Seen.
And he had the records underneath. So behind his back, when he was around, I just started digging into his like classic, you know,
collection,
salsa records and cumbia, whatever, and just fucking scratching the hell out of them.
Do you remember what kind of player it was?
I don't know, some German thing. Like I know he had an Audio-Technica needle.
Seen.
That's what was on there, and actually the other day he just bust out this box. It was an Audio-Technica needle box, and I'm like, "Where'd you get that?" And he's like, "I just found it the other day," and I'm like, "Holy shit! You still have this from back then?"
Wow.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's like the first song DJ wise, or that helped you learn to DJ? Like, what was that? You remember what song that is?
Yeah.
What song is that for you?
Well, I only had one turntable when I started.
Same.
Yeah, so I had the Method Man CD.
Oh, wow.
Release Your Delph, whatever that name of song.
Yeah.
And then I had the Channel Live single Mad-ism.
Wow.
And I would mix those, you know.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What was yours?
Shit, so I had like, well, I know the first record I bought with my own money when I was a kid, back in like 84, was Sheila E. The Glamorous Life.
Big classic tune.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love Sheila E. too, but anyway.
Yeah.
I think which guy didn't?
Didn't we all?
Yeah. Prince had all the girls, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
for a man who dressed like he did.
Yeah, you know?
He had some of the hotties, anywho.
I'm just thinking of that Chappelle skit. But I mean, I think I had like the first like few records that I bought, like you remember those like Simon Harris beats and break beats, and then there was like shout out to Breakbeat Lou, but the ultimate beats and breaks series. So I had those. I had so it was like 87, 88.
Seen.
So yeah, I had like I believe I had BDP. What was the album from 88? My Philosophy?
Okay.
My Philosophy 88? Yeah, probably.
So I had that album, and I used to I would record. So I record like Ron Nelson's radio show. I record like
Fantastic Voyage. Is that
Fantastic Voyage? Yeah, I would record Mastermind on 105.5.
Right.
What was it called? The Jam Factor, I think was the name of the show. And so I would record.
What it's called? Damn.
Yeah, so I would make I would take songs from each of those shows and make like mixes from my boys, right? In the neighborhood or in high school, and then I would play the tapes back, and I would take the album cuts and I would try mix into them.
See.
But I started the opposite way. Like I learned how to scratch first. That's what I did first.
So okay. Yeah. So why is that?
Because I just had one turntable, so you couldn't mix so well, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't have pitch on top of that.
Right.
The first turntable I had didn't have pitch. I didn't get my first Technique 1200 till I was like turning 16.
Okay.
And I begged and pleaded with my father, and I remember because I'm a December baby. My birthday falls like 2 days after Christmas.
Right.
So, I always got one gift. So that year I'm like, yo, just give me one gift. I know you're going to give me one gift.
I'm just making
this is the gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a turntable so I don't have to wreck your turntable anymore, right? So he drove me up to Spectacular Sounds, which is still there on St. Clair.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah.
Damn.
Still there.
Wow.
And we went in there, and he bought me the 12. And then, when he saw the price, because I didn't tell him the price. But back then, it wasn't as expensive as it is now.
Yeah.
But, I go, Dad, I'm going to need two, right? And then he goes to me, and because what's funny is, like, he's got a really thick accent, right? Compared to my mom's, because, like, just a little insight, because Panama was, occupied by the U.S. for so long. A lot of Panamanians speak perfect English. Obviously the West Indian influence there too. There's a lot of people that speak English. Yeah. But my dad has a really thick, Scarface sounding accent. So he goes to me. So I told him, I'm gonna need two down the line, and he's like, he goes, do you want to buy? He goes, do you want to buy the other one? You have to buy it yourself. And I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? So, needless to say, I didn't get that turntable till 5 years later.
See,
I bought it off.
So for 5 years, you had to just deal with the one.
Yeah.
So okay.
So I had one shitty turntable, and then I had the 12.
Yeah, I had one. That was like
okay. That was
So then, I moved up, up a level.
So backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
What made you
want to be a DJ?
Well, that too. Well, you kind of said that by the block parties and so forth, and seeing those guys control.
Yeah, it was that, and actually I didn't mention that, but the other big song that really caught my attention was Herbie Hancock, "Rocket."
Oh yeah. That's probably one of the first songs.
That's like one of the first records with scratching in it, right?
True.
So
so that's what I was gonna ask you. Was that what made you want to scratch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Hear that chip, chip, chip.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. Amazing what music does to you, right? So from there, you started scratching first and then went into the mixing.
Exactly. So now I had the turntable with the pitch.
Yeah.
So that I could play the other records on the non-pitch turntable, and then I can mix and learn how.
That's great. That's exactly how I started.
Basically,
I had one, not even 1200. I had one with a pitch and one belt drive piece of shit that I had to just like.
Everybody had a belt drive. I mean, you gotta start. See, the thing is, when you start on shitty stuff, it makes you a better DJ.
Yeah, for sure. Because you learn how to finger.
And deal with mistakes and all that. You learn how to finger the record. Pause. Exactly. Don't kill me. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys both because we're kind of on a DJ path. So, and we kind of talked about this in other shows. The difference between DJing then and now. But I'm going to be more specific in the talent of the DJs then and now.
Yeah.
Would you say it's vastly different? Like, and in what way?
Well, it was all by ear. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have visuals.
Yeah.
Right.
The little videos that we got on Rap City, we didn't have YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So we would see DJing on a video like EPMD, So What You Saying, or some shit with DJ Scratch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get a rap, DJ Premier. But you know, they're pretty much air DJing because they're not doing what they did on the record.
Yeah.
So I would hear these scratches, and I'm trying to like imitate them and figure them out. You know, crack the code, so to speak. Right? Your Street Fighter, you know, up, down, you know, left, right, trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing, right?
Yeah.
But it was crazy, man. Like that was something that really taught me to use my ear and like figure shit out. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much like I liken it to like a musician trying to play like figure out a note. You know what I mean? Or
that makes sense. It makes sense.
F sharp, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
turntable is definitely an instrument.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, man. And on top of that, I also had a shitty mixer. Like I started on one of those realistic joints that my dad had that didn't have a crossfader, just had up and down channel faders.
Yep.
So that's why I scratched.
Realistic? Was it a realistic?
Yeah, realistic. So that's why I scratched.
You guys like grew up in the same house.
Yeah, pretty much. He's my long brother.
So was it gonna? Well, you didn't answer that in terms of what do you think talent and
I would
what
say
it took then and now.
Technically, as far as like I don't know about mixing because I don't really hear DJs mix blend as we would call it. I would say technically they're probably better now, to be honest.
Technically more, more so.
I would say I would guess, but as far as like because we would have to play album cuts. We would have to play album cuts because not every DJ can buy every hot single.
That's true.
So we have to.
You have to have the money for it.
You have to have the money for it, or you just have to make it work.
So, but that would mean the music knowledge was better then.
Way better. Because
like if you were playing the clubs, you had to be buying hip hop, you had to be buying reggae, R&B, house,
everything.
You know what I'm saying? Everything. And that records weren't cheap.
Yeah.
No way were they.
Yeah, you're looking at like
$7
per
at
song.
the time.
Yeah, per song.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes
you're talking about a single. Is that?
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Per song.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like I would actually buy. I was notorious for this. I'd buy bootlegs. I'd buy like the fucking bootleg vinyl that had like
white labels with
they had like the three hot songs on one side and three hot songs on the next side. I'm like, oh, boom, I got them. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people did that.
Oh, for sure. You had to.
You had no
or you
choice.
buy the single and then you would buy the album so you could go back. You could
you could double up like that.
Yeah.
But then you had the problem with because the album was pressed shitty.
Yeah. You had to turn up the volume.
Lower.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of these things.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
man. And if you played that album in a club, you get like it's like a microphone with the feedback. Because you crank it up higher and it just like
feedbacks,
So it's
the needle acts like a microphone, you know?
Yeah.
So people tried all kinds of tricks, putting sponge under the 1200s and all that shit, but
concrete blocks
doesn't make a difference.
No. I mean,
it does help. But
So speaking of that, how did you transition into club playing, or did you go the turntablist route before you went to the?
No, I'm up like. I fell into that. Like I didn't start off as a turntablist. Yeah, I started off like wanting to be like like Jazzy Jeff, like DJ Scratch, like Pete Rock. You know what I mean? I wanted to do all that, but I also was trying to produce too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I was doing all that shit too. Like I I was making pause tapes, like pause beat mix tapes. I get my drums, at the double deck cassettes. I would find my drums, loop it painstakingly, record and play at the same time, throw in the loop, stop it, or pause it, and then did it again until I had 3 minutes of a drum loop. Then I put that cassette on the other side and then start the new cassette. Throw in the sample, you know what I'm saying? And that's so how complex. I make beats. Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
5 years after.
Okay.
So yeah, I started DJing late '80s, and then early '90s I was already
producing.
But doing it that way, and then eventually I had a mixer. I got one of these Newmark joints that had a sampler. It had a 5 second sample. So I'd have to
5 seconds.
Yeah. So I'd have to turn the power off on the turntable, and then I just spun the platter super fast, faster than 45. So then it would catch the whole sample. Then I would slow it down and then find the part that I wanted to use.
See all that magic tricks man had to do?
It was pretty crazy. So I wish I had some of those tapes with those early beats, I would actually make beats to make blends or remixes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I had this really dope remix of Jade, Don't Walk Away. I wish I had that tape still.
Big tune again.
Yeah, and I took that because a lot of records didn't have acapellas, so I remember they had acapella, and I made a hip hop version. You know what I mean? So it was kind of cool, but it was hissy as fuck because all the overdubbing just to get all the, because I didn't have a mixing board. I just had a mixer with two
tape decks,
double deck cassette tape. But
who was around those times? Who was well, actually, before I ask you who was around, who was influencing your sound production wise?
I was listening to all those dudes Pete Rock, DJ Premier, Molly Mall, the Bomb Squad, all that stuff.
Bomb Squads get mentioned a lot around here. I keep saying that they're underrated, but I think as producers,
dude, they were doing some shit. I mean, it's crazy.
I just think on a grand scale, they get forgotten.
I geek out to stuff like that, and I try to figure out how, because I teach, and so part of me teaching is and when I'm teaching my students Ableton or whatever, I will remake beats, and I always mention the Bomb Squad because what I do is in one particular class that I teach at Trebas, I teach them how some of the most popular songs are just made up of 1-bar loops, and the example I give them, which was a song that I fucking hated back in the day, was Crisscross Jump. But Jermaine Dupri pretty much took the Bomb Squad formula to make that track.
That's true.
Because it's just a mashup of...
Yeah, it does sound like
Bomb Squad. About that.
Of 8 loops.
That is so true.
You know what I mean?
I never thought of that.
It's so Bomb Squad.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just crazy.
Now you dropped it. You're segueing me. I'm supposed to be the segue.
Sorry, man.
But no, that's great. We're jumping all over the place.
We DJs transition all the time, right?
It's conversational hopscotch. It don't matter. So you teach at Trebas currently. What class do you teach? What are you teaching? Give us some insight on that. I not only teach at Trebas, I teach at other places, but we'll get into that too. But Trebas, I'm part of the audio engineering department, so students who are seeking the audio engineering certificate, they get me for 1 semester. So I teach them DJing fundamentals and Ableton. Dope.
But Ableton on a
basic
really basic scale, remixing, editing, things like that.
Okay.
Because it's not a long. My course is not long. It's 10 weeks.
Okay.
So it's pretty. It's like a boot camp. Really gotta get in there and get everything in there.
How do you like that?
It's cool. Yeah. It's cool. I teach a lot of history there too. We talk about all them dudes Bambaataa, the importance of a record like Planet Rock.
Yeah, you're passing on the culture. Basically.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm really. I feel it's really important that we gotta pass this culture down and pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna get convoluted and shit's gonna get lost, and people. Oh, hip hop started because some fucking I don't know whatever. Change the narrative.
Justin Bieber decided to.
Justin
whatever.
Bieber linked up
You're right.
and made Despacito.
Could be changed.
Oh, that's reggaeton now.
But it might be hip hop by the time they make this story. Okay, so where else do you teach? Because we're saying you're teaching.
So the two main places that I teach at are Trebas and Regent Park School of Music.
Dope.
So Regent Park is more geared towards kids, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I teach there along with Lil Jazz, one of my partners in Turnstiles. Dope. DJ Dopey, you know, the world champ from 2003. Yeah. And one of his crew members, Chris, a.k.a. Tantrum. So all four of us teach there. We teach, like they do Thursdays, Jazz and I do Fridays. Is
it similar, well, besides the Ableton, is it more the DJing you're teaching?
That's all DJing?
That's all DJing, okay.
But on top of that, me and Jazz also teach iPad drumming, which is basically teaching the kids how to make beats on iMachine on an iPad.
Wow. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, what equipment do you use nowadays to DJ? Because we talked about Ableton, you're talking about the iMachine.
Yeah. So for DJing, still use 12s. I got a Rain mixer. I don't got the latest one. I got the 62 from it's old now, but yeah, it still works for me. I got my laptop. And then the same laptop that I use for DJing, I use for production. I use Ableton on that.
And
then with Ableton, I use, I got like a nano pad. I got a Max 25 Kai. You know what I mean?
Just like a MIDI controller.
Yeah, MIDI controller. But honestly, for the longest time, I was just using the fucking laptop. I just
use the button,
drum the shit on the A and W and
till you broke a letter and said,
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know those vibes.
Because I don't really have I've never really had a proper studio. So I'd be making beats on the go, like on a train, at a coffee shop. I'd be making some fire in them headphones, and then
Trust me.
That's
where it's at now. You can make a beat anywhere on almost anything, which is dope as hell.
But before that, I mean, from the pause tapes to the mixer, the first sample I ever bought was a MPC 2000 XL.
Yeah. Likewise.
Me too. Yeah. I still have it.
Me and Snooze.
I sold it. I wish I
wish I had mine too.
I'm gonna hang it on the wall one day.
Yeah, you might as well.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So what's the first person you remember producing something for and it being released?
Nothing ever. So for me, I really stayed with the DJing more so than the production. The production was always secondary.
Right.
And I'm actually trying to make up for it now because it's sometimes people are, oh, you produce. I'm like, fuck, I've been producing, but it's just I never really.
Yeah, I think I learned that a couple months ago.
Yeah, so myself. I'm kind of it's on the low, but not on the low, but you know what I mean. I've done some shit for the groups Los Poetas, things like that. But I've always put out my own little remixes or edits or things like that to give to other DJs to play. So I think I want to say maybe 10 years ago I really took it more serious and I started really putting shit out.
Yeah. So if somebody was to ask, Grouch, hey, what have you produced? What can I hear? What you produce? What would you send them to currently?
Well, fuck, I had a SoundCloud, but they took me down. So.
They took you down?
Yeah.
What did you do with it? What kind of political messages were you sending?
No, it was just copyright infringement. You know what I mean?
Oh, seen.
The 3 strikes are out.
Yeah.
And
I did not even know that.
Yeah. And then they tell you if you want to fight it, you got to go to court in Germany.
Are they serious with that? Wow.
I'm I ain't going to Germany for that.
Well, you could just open a new account under a different name.
But it sucks when you kind of had a following or whatever. Yeah. SoundCloud was pretty dope when it came out, but then
that's true. But
fuck SoundCloud. You heard me say it. Fuck SoundCloud. Yeah. Bandcamp. I got some shit on Bandcamp, and there's something dropping very soon on Bandcamp that we can promote.
Yeah, we'll talk that afterwards.
Yeah, Bandcamp, and then if you just Google, shit comes up. The 2 Los Poetas joints. There's the Tronco joint off the last EP, and then I did the remix for the Tony Touch joint. Coming out though, there's a joint with Che Uno that I did for him.
Dope.
Shout out Che Uno.
Yeah, shout out to Che. there's a bunch of beats I've handed out. I got some shit I'm working with math. We got a joint.
Mathematics.
Yeah, mathematics. I always love that dude. I think.
Yeah, me too.
Like one of my more underrated dudes from our city. Like,
yeah,
he's so dope.
One of those guys when he came out.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. So yeah, just
okay. Shoot, see, and I had to remember that question, so I lost the other questions altogether.
Oh, good.
But Turnstiles, let's talk about that. How did that form?
Okay, so you know
what? Sorry to cut you. Before you even say that, I wanted you to explain what is a turntablist.
So I mean, the meaning, I believe it was Babu. Shout out to Babu from the Beat Junkies.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So he coined that phrase, turntablist.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, someone who uses the turntable as an instrument.
See.
More so than just, playing music or
right.
whatever.
Right.
So be it scratching or be it like beat juggling or using the turntable as an instrument, like, playing drummer or playing, grabbing a saxophone sample and scratching that, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think dudes like, probably one of my favorite scratches, and shout out to another beat junkie, D Styles. Like, he to me is like the epitome of a turntablist. He's like a Miles Davis when he's up there, composing shit. So like, I gotta big him up.
Crazy.
But that to me is what the definition of a turntablist.
Okay. So yeah, back to it now. Turnstiles being somewhat of a super group, especially in Canada, of turntablists. How did that come together? And like, even how you said you fell into turntablistism.
Yeah, because so a quick little recap on my story. Basically, I was volunteering at 105.5 CHY in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. And I did an overnight show one night, and, I was cutting it up, doing all kinds of shit. And then the phone started lighting up, and then one of the calls was this guy who became one of my good brethren, my homie Rob. Mm. He called, and he's like, "Who's the DJ? He's dope. I want him to enter this DJ battle, da-da-da-da-da." So then they put me on the phone with him, and he's like giving me the spiel. And I'm like, all right. I didn't know shit about DJ battles. All I knew was like the movie Juice. So
right.
To me, Juice was like what
that's pretty much
I thought it was.
had.
Seeing DJ, GQ and all this shit. Yeah. They had some real DJs in the actual battle. Yeah. But that's all I knew about DJ battles, right? And so he basically trained me. He taught me how to do the, what Grandmaster Flash calls the quick mix theory, which is backspin, and doubling up the records and all that shit, doing the tricks. So, yeah, my first battle I entered, I faced my eventual partner, D Scratch.
Okay.
And this was at what is now known as Lula Lounge.
Oh yeah.
It was called. It was like a Portuguese hall before that. Right. And that's where the battle was.
See.
And then
that's why he looks like that inside there.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? So I battled him. I won. But he was actually better than me. Like, when I saw him, I was like fucking blown away.
So hold on, you won, but he was better than you.
The man them were there, bro. The man them came to support. Scarlettville and Woolner. They owned.
The crowd wanted.
They owned. We took over that place.
There are a lot of people don't know. That's how it had to be.
When I got up there to do my speech to say I won, being the kind of person I am, I'm a very humble dude, and you can ask anybody. Like, I'm not even like trying to. Maybe I might be too humble. You know what I mean? I'm just, whatever.
It's a fact, though.
But that's just how my mama raised me, right? Shout out to moms.
Nothing wrong with humility, bro.
But yeah, like, I was just like, I knew that I didn't earn it. I like to earn my shit. I don't want to be given something just because my crew's out there supporting me, which is, all respect to them. But as soon as I got on the mic and I said, I appreciate you guys saying that I won, but truthfully, this guy deserves to win.
Wow.
Yo, I looked at my people in the audience, in the crowd, and they just like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, Grouch, what's wrong with you?
What do you think we did this for?
I ran with some reckless Jamaicans, and they were like, yo, Grouch, what do you, man? Yo, what? Like, they're just going crazy. It was just hilarious. And I'm like, afterwards, like, yo, what the fuck, bro? Why are you doing that? And I'm like, yo, he was better, man.
Did you forfeit?
Pretty much. I forfeited.
Wow.
And so...
What was the prize, if you remember?
Some cash and some, whatever, headphones or some shit. It wasn't anything crazy. So like 93. It's pretty early on.
Yeah.
Or maybe 92. One of those years. But... So then that started to beef with me and D. So me and, D is a, shout outs to D, I love him. But he's, out of the three of us, I would say he was the more cocky one, right? And so I think that put the edge on him. He was just like, yeah, I got something on this motherfucker, right? So then the next time we battled, it was at the big fucking Monster Jam thing that Ron Nelson put on. And so it was me against him, and it was Apollo against another kid. Apollo ended up becoming Anonymous Twist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So shout outs to him. Yeah. Oh, and I gotta big up Apollo because I don't know if you guys have been watching that Wu-Tang miniseries. Yeah. He's got a track on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That dude makes mad beats on TV shows and shit.
Serious thing.
So shout outs to him, man.
Yeah, that comes up often in our podcast too. Making music for TV shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got in there. I actually did better, you know what I mean? But he still beat me. So it wasn't the next time until we did Spectrum.
Okay.
That was the battle.
Legendary spot, Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum, yeah. It was Melly Mel hosting and Africa Islam.
Wow.
And then again, all my boys were there from Scarlet and Woolner. And I won that night. Yeah. And
so you guys are even.
Well, no, he had two on me, and whatever.
After that,
it was just like, so he had already brought his cousin, Lil Jazz, in the mix and shit, and they were winning battles together as a crew.
Right.
And then we just, I bucked on him like at some party. Was a friend of mine from Scarlet, who I didn't know was actually his cousin.
Wow.
And I grew up with this girl, went to grade school, the whole deal, right? High school together too. And all along, I didn't know this guy was related to her. And I see him there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? I know Michelle. That's her name, right? And then he's like, that's my cousin. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever. So we were just talking, and then we just hung out, and we just started hanging out. And then we realized, it was his people gassing him up and my people gassing me up, you know what I mean?
Which is usually the story.
Yeah, and then, that was it. And then we just formed a crew, and it was Contagious who gave us the name. Call yourself
Shout out Contagious.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, right? Wow. So, yeah, man, it just all came about really organically, man. Like, nothing was forced, like, whatever. And we had, like, Son of Soul, rest in peace, was one of our original members.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. It was the four of us originally.
R.I.P. Son of Soul, yes.
And then it just ended up being the three of us. And, we went on to, we battled in New York. We won. We went to the Worlds in Europe. Faced the Beat Junkies.
Wow.
We didn't win, but, it ended up being dope. Like, Jazz went on the road with Nelly Furtado. Right. And, ended up DJing for Chaos. I went on the road with Shaw Claire, and I ended up DJing for every fucking...
Body who went on the road.
Yeah, pretty much the running joke is, like you said before, who haven't I DJed for? Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I've DJed for every rapper. I still DJ for Maestro. I'm a member of Los Poetas. Melanie Durant,
So what was the first... Well, actually, I know the answer because I saw you post it, but I'll let you say it. What was your first record that you scratched on?
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be Father Time.
See.
Father Time remix.
Which is a legendary classic record for this scene.
Yeah. So that's one of the first guys I met early on because I used to hang out with dudes from Woolner because they all went to grade school and high school together. They went to Runnymede. And so he knew cats from Woolner. Right. And then they told him about this DJ who was me. And then I did some cuts for Day on some, because a lot of people didn't know that Day used to rhyme.
Oh,
so Day was a rapper first. Yeah, and
Day it was manager for Chocolate.
Right, but he's also the producer of Father Time and 21 Questions.
Right.
21 Years, sorry. 21 Questions.
Too heavy tune.
Right.
Yeah.
So I remember when he hit me up, and he's just like, after I did the shit with him, it never came out, and then he's just like, a few years later, yo, I'm putting out this record with these two guys from Scarborough. You might have heard of one of them, and by that time, Socrates already had the Still Caught Up joint.
Oh yeah,
because that was his first. That was his first joint. So
I always think it's Father Time because that was the breakout.
That's the record that put him on the map.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, that's right. And
I remember when I heard it, and this is no slight to Shocks, but when I heard, I got to the studio. Sorry, not Shocks, Socks. And I heard Father Time for the first time because he played me the original. He's like, yo, I want you to do the remix. I'm like, okay. So he plays me the original, and I'm like, holy fuck, this dude sounds like the Jizza. Because when I heard that part, wow, for the night.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So I was just like, but it was dope. Yeah. So he's just, yo, I want you to cut this, and he gives me, he told me to bring. He asked me if I had Gucci Time by Schoolie D, which I did. So I brought that, and then he's like, I want you to cut this, and he handed me the Steve Miller Band joint.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so those were the two things that we did.
That's a damn good start. That's a damn good start. So what are some of the what's some of your favorite records that you've worked on or been a part of?
Well, the new shit that I've been on, shout outs to Big Ghost, LTD Limited, like I've been on the Crime Apple shit.
Scene.
And he gave me full reign to do whatever I wanted to do, like come up with the lines, whatever.
Scene.
We went back.
What's the name of that joint? Sorry.
Aguardiente. Yeah. Scene. Aguardiente for the non-Spanish speakers. That's basically firewater. It's a type of liquor from Colombia.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, Crime Apple's Colombia, right? Good. So, but yeah, I was like, I'll do that, and then.
So how did that happen? Let me.
How did I collaborate?
Fast. How did that Crime Apple come about?
I know I know he has a relationship with Bozak and some other cats from out here.
Shout out Bozak.
Yeah. Those guys started out my radio show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on 105. Those guys came. I remember when they were kids, and they came through the radio show, and they had a track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They were called Points of Pressure.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. I do remember that.
A lot of people came through the radio show. Man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny.
That is true.
Yeah.
Back at them times, there
wasn't a lot of outlets, right? So I remember it was him. It was Jay. It was Big Jax, and this other kid Stell.
That's crazy.
Who had some pretty dope beats too as well. So
everything comes full circle.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's connected out here.
It is. It's a small world. 6 degrees of separation. Indeed. Toronto's always been that way. But I had done some most DJs, and I'm sure Finn knows this, but most DJs mix show DJs or club DJs like to have 8-bar edits of songs.
Okay.
So I was talking with Big Ghost, we follow each other, whatever, and I was telling him, yo, that joint you did with Huss Kingpin is really dope. You should get some edits on the Beat Junkies. I was like, all right, cool. So I'll send you the instrumentals. You can put that together for me. So I ended up doing a couple intros for, some shit off the Huss Kingpin, the Cocaine Beach or whatever. Is that the one? Cocaine Beach?
So I don't know.
Yeah, it came out a couple years ago. So there was a joint with him and Milano, and DJ Kubert's on it.
Oh, yeah?
Which was super dope. Sick. And so I ended up doing the 8-bar for it, whatever. Mm-hmm. So then I told him, yo, you got Kubert on that shit. That's pretty fucking dope, man. Whatever. And then, months go down, and he's like, yo, I need some cuts. And I'm like, all right. He goes, you heard of this kid? And he sends me, Crime Apple. And I had seen him, he was on that, what was it, Smooth album? Medellin?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard him. And he's like, yo, you want to do cuts on this album? I'm like, Yeah, why not? Right.
Crazy.
So I ended up doing like cuts on like it was 5 joints originally. One didn't make it. Well, one version of it didn't make it.
Right.
But yeah, so I did that.
And is it just, it's in that case, or in most cases, how does it work? They send you this, what they want you to do?
It's not like the old days. Like when I did Father Time, I was in the studio
You were
with
with
Day,
them.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All those cuts, like fucking the grassroots shit. Any dude like Maestro, like the early Maestro shit, I was in the studio. You know what I mean? Estero, I was in the studio. You know, all that stuff. So, but now it's like, you know, email.
Back and forth.
We transfer, drop pods.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Snap.
Yeah.
Click.
And it's like, what's funny is Ghost is guilty of like sending me shit like last minute, like, yo, I need this like by tomorrow. But whatever, he's a good dude. So you know.
Dope.
But the craziest shit he said. So I did the Crime Apple. I did the Jay-Z, the Black Album one that he did. I did one joint on that. But then one day he's like, yo, I need some cuts. I'm sending you this shit right now. Like, let me know if you can do it. So he sends me this shit, and I hear it, and I'm like, you know, I hear this epic intro, and I hear some guy talking like, word up, you know, it sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like, the voice sounds familiar. It wasn't really mixed well. And then I start hearing the rhyming, and I'm like, wait, is this fucking Raekwon? And then I'm like, okay. And then later on, there's the blank space where the cut's got to be. And then I'm like, the next person comes on, and it sounds different, but then I start hearing the flow, and I'm like, oh shit, this is Ghostface.
What the fuck?
So yeah, so it was the joint with Raekwon. It was the Wu-Tang joint, the Ghostface,
Big Ghost.
the big Ghostface shit.
Ghostface, yeah. Oh, that's dope.
So
that's dope.
whatever, they call it the Black Album 2 or something like that, or some shit like that.
I never know the titles. You guys, these guys,
I think it was called the Black Album 2. Yeah, so it ended up becoming that song that he had like he put out like a 45 or a 12-inch. Was one side was Ghost and Raekwon and Master Killer and Kappa. It was called Piranha School, and then there was another song on the flip. But then when the album came out, they changed the name of the song to Watch 'Em Holler, which is kind of I don't know. When I heard that title, I was just like, it's kind of weird.
Good of a title.
Yeah, I know. But like the Piranha School, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I whipped that up really fast for him. Like I just, you know, I found that acapella from probably one of my favorite Ghostface songs, Apollo Kids. You know,
Yeah.
You know that part. As we approach, you heard the gods build. So that's, you know,
Tough,
that's what I use pretty much.
So you might have even just answered this, but who's the biggest artist you ever?
Ghostface.
That would be them.
Yeah.
Where's Big Ghost from?
Nobody knows, man. It's like
His name is Big Ghost, man.
big, yeah, he's
That's
in the
why
big
I wanted to see if you would tell me.
Yo, it's funny because you know there's people like
Said nobody knows.
if you Google like,
Parts unknown.
If you Google like like or whatever, you're on Twitter and you see threads pop up and like, oh, he's a white guy from fucking Seattle.
So nobody even knows what he looks like? Like he's a real Ghostface killer type vibe?
Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
So
Wow. But
I've never even spoken to him on the phone. Like I just it's just email,
it's being done, though.
DMs,
being done. Yeah, wow.
pause. You know
The effects of Wu-Tang is long lasting. That's crazy. Okay, so before we continue, we're gonna take a little segue break from your lifetime stories. Let's do the top
Enough about me.
5.
Yeah.
Let's get into that top five. So this week's top 5, Finn, you because I can't remember what it was.
Producers / DJs.
Shit.
So the mans who have 2 jobs in the game.
Yeah.
Producers / DJs. Give them the little rules, although there's no rules.
No real rules. Top 5. I mean, your top 5 could change by the next 10 minutes, but basically, first 5 that you could think of, dope producers that are also DJs.
Yeah. Shot for shot, we're going around the room, and guests go first. Give us your first one. It doesn't have to be in order or anything like that.
So I'm gonna be biased and draw for La Patria, Panama, and I'm gonna say Clark Kent.
See, he's Panamanian. I did not know that.
He's Panamanian.
Wow, I did not
And
know
he
that.
produced like some of the
biggest tunes ever. Yeah, it's
Brooklyn's Finest.
It's facts.
Fucking Sky's the Limit.
Yeah.
Players Anthem.
Yeah.
You name it.
Wow.
Heavy. Yep.
And he was a dope DJ. He was on BLS. Like I've heard him play. He
can actually play himself. Okay.
He can cut too.
That's a good choice.
Well, I didn't know he was a DJ till we seen the little panel that he had. But he was here the last couple weeks ago. Buckwild.
True. Big up Buckwild.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's gonna be on the show soon. Hopefully. I just had mine. DJ Muggs.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, trivia question. What was Muggs' first group?
Oh, I know this. I do know this.
Come on.
I know this.
I don't know this.
I do know this, man.
The song was called Coolin' in Cali. And the group was 7A3.
783.
7A3.
3.
Yeah.
Coolin' in Cali.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
Nice, yeah, that didn't hit me like I remembered it, so I probably didn't know it. Okay.
That was before Cypress.
Yeah, I knew he was in a group before Cypress, but I guess I didn't know.
Because he's from New York originally.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I knew too. Number 2.
Oh, fuck.
Grouch.
Marley Marl.
Yeah. Good choice.
Yeah.
Marley Marl.
No arguments there.
Yeah, you can't take what can you say?
Yeah,
He's one of fuck, if you got a...
foundation.
Yeah, foundation.
Yeah.
Like one of the architects of this shit.
Influence is still there.
I'm gonna go with Pete Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's from Marley Marl to Pete Rock. That's like mentor and student. Right there.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, in the same vein, Premier.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Also a son of Marley Marl too?
Also a son of Marley Marl. From
now starting to
Texas originally?
Yep.
New York.
Prairie View?
Something like that.
Yeah, I was listening to something. It's so crazy that Gangstar is such a New York staple, and neither of them are from New York.
Yep, it's a fact. And I didn't learn that till later. They're
Guru's from
so
Boston.
New York, and they're not.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Rip Guru.
Yes, definitely. Didn't he just drop a new tune or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, with J. Cole.
Yeah.
They're doing a whole album? Or is it just a song?
No, I think
Apparently
it was
there's
just
Not
album.
with J. Cole, but the whole Gangster album.
Oh, I think
Street-
there's a
Word on the
Gangstar
Street is
album.
With a bunch of features type thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be like gonna be like the big album. The last Biggie album.
The posthumously?
Yeah.
See.
Say that fast.
Yeah, exactly. What do we have? 3? 3 for Grouch? Number 3.
No, I said Marley, I said Clark Kent. So yeah, number 3 now.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
It's getting skittish.
Getting slim pickings.
Evil D?
Yes.
Evil D is on the mix.
Yes.
Come on, kick it.
Yes. Damn near every DJ.
DJing and producing go hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
damn, especially back then. Damn near. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
We're
go.
just talking hip hop guys too, right?
And we're just talking hip hop.
That's
guys.
true too.
That's a
I'm gonna
big
take
fact.
the obvious route. Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
I was hoping you didn't say him because that's what I was. I just reminded myself of him, man. You took it. Dr. Dre, no argument, of course. DJ producer. You know what? I'm gonna draw for starting from scratch because I know he produces and he's a really good DJ. And I've heard some of like his house beats and stuff.
Yeah.
He makes some really good beats.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark, Mr. Gagnon.
Definitely.
So I guess it's me now.
Yes, sir. We're at 4 or 4?
Yeah, his fourth.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about homegrown talent, DJ Agile.
See.
We had him. He's a
Best kept secret in the city.
he's an alumni to the show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the best.
Actually, I heard his interview.
Dope interview.
I'm gonna go with Just Blaze.
Yeah.
Just Blaze. That's a big one.
He DJs now. I don't know how much.
Well, he
of
was a
DJ
DJ too, though.
Oh, was he?
started off-
Okay.
he started off-
I think he DJ first. Maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I think even
Yeah.
Kanye DJ'd at some point.
Probably.
But yeah. We didn't say hip hop specific. did we?
No.
No, you don't.
Okay. So in that case,
Never
I'm gonna
hip-hop
go
specific.
dancehall and give DJ Frost,
Okay.
which is one of the bigger producers right now in
yeah.
dancehall,
okay.
and he's a DJ as well.
But who knows? Those guys probably buy beats and put their name
All
on it,
them
but,
something.
yeah.
Who knows?
It's still,
But hey,
still producing.
It's his name is on. Did he did it enough?
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
Number 5. This is when it's usually the hardest.
I'm gonna draw for a guy who is in hip hop circles, but he's more known in house music circles,
Okay.
and is a big record collector. Kenny Dope.
See,
Oh, big.
what has he produced? Just so I know.
Fucking
A lot of big shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, R.I.P. Louis Rankin, but remember that break beat that came out around the same time after Typewriter?
Yeah.
The Super?
Yeah.
Was not Easy Super Cut?
Yeah, that's him?
That's Kenny Dope.
Oh, wow.
But Kenny Dope's signature song is fucking The Bomb. These sounds falling.
Oh, shit.
That's a big tune.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Kenny Dope.
That's Kenny
That's
Dope.
a big
I
tune.
remember Kenny Dope white labels back in the day.
Yeah, but that was an AK because all those motherfuckers have
Different names. for different
AKs. Like
things.
he's part of Masters at Work. That was the big house production duo.
Masters
But
at
then
Work.
the side shit, he would be like, New Yorican Soul or fucking the Bucketheads is these sounds.
Wow.
So let me try to get a little
Producer
bit obscure.
101.
Let me get a little obscure with the last one.
Let me think while you're thinking, because boy.
Yeah, because let's go with another Lab alum, DRK.
Boom.
True.
Yeah. He was on Power Move.
Yeah.
DRK. True. You had the one West Coast. I'm gonna go with another West Coast cat, DJ Quick.
DJ Quick.
For sure.
Yeah.
Another. He's rated, but he's underrated too.
His
Like, he
beats.
doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
He has one of my favorite. No, sorry, that's not even
He's
him.
underrated.
But he has
man.
some
He
He
doesn't
fire.
was here
get
this,
mentioned
he was
the
here this
same
summer
way.
too. He was like,
Was he?
He did the do-over. The do-over, yeah. It was quick.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions?
I would say Warren G.
Yeah. Okay.
Jazzy Jeff.
If you're gonna go
Jazzy
for
Jeff
one.
is. Why the hell didn't I say Jazzy Jeff? Madlib too.
DJ Scratch.
Yeah. Oh my.
Lots of them.
I'm surprised I didn't say
Is
Jazzy
Dilla, is
Jeff.
Dilla a DJ?
Yeah, Dilla was
Probably,
the DJ
probably
too.
was, yeah. Pretty much every producer's a DJ except for
Q-Tip.
me and Sibs.
You can go on.
I'm gonna have to take it up. It's probably easier to learn now than ever anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bismarcky too, yeah.
Yeah, Bismarcky. Did he produce though?
Yeah, I mean, if you go online, there's a lot of like debate about like
What
A lot of
was
these
made
guys-
by who and all that jazz.
yeah,
Ghost producers.
gave the records to Marley to sample. But,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's the person who flips them.
Yeah.
is
They're
the
saying that
producer.
about Eric B. and Rakim too. That there's like
Well, that was Large Professor apparently.
was it Large Professor?
Well, on the second album. Oh no, third album.
Some to the degree
Like the
of
rhythm.
Rakim did a lot of producing too. But
Rakim did the cuts, the actual scratching.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He can scratch.
Wow.
Yeah.
He DJ.
If social media was around back in them times, no.
Oh yeah, Large
Nobody would
Professor,
last.
man. Large
Oh,
Professor.
Large Professor. Yeah.
Yo, if you go to his Instagram, he's always like cutting up like
Yeah.
doubles of every
Yeah.
fucking.
Large Professor is the most New York man alive.
Yes.
Like when I hear that guy talk, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Word.
you sound like
Yeah.
you're still live at the barbecue, bro.
Yeah. That guy is so.
He's so New York. Yo,
But yo,
Shank.
I'm honestly like, those are the guys that like I studied like, you know what I'm saying? Like Diamond D,
Diamond D.
because he was the DJ too.
That's true.
In Ultimate Force, he was
I was
the
gonna say Finesse too.
Finesse too. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Dude.
Yeah,
There's
man.
a
But
lot of them.
those guys, trust me, those guys like to me like.
Because it makes sense. Because back then, if you're buying records, even if they're just to flip them, for the most part, you know what I mean. You're probably dabbling in DJing.
Yeah, and you have an idea of what sounds good
Yeah.
and what
Yeah,
people
man.
want to hear, blah blah blah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Do you do any collab beats? Crouch, have you like done any collab?
You know, well, like just indirectly. I mean, I know, well, sorry, on some house shit. Me and Middlefield, which is one of Agile, put me onto him. He's incredible house music producer. Just an all right, like in general.
Middlefield.
Yeah, Middlefield. So we have a project that we put out on. We put it out on Nick Holder's label, on his house label, and we put it out a couple years ago. It's called Love Something, and I was like, yeah, like I came to him with the sample and and a couple parts that I had put together, and then he just fucking steroid that shit.
What's the house scene like nowadays?
Shit, I'm not really immersed in it, but I was dabble in it. Like I was kind of like I was Doug House, so I was like fucked around with it. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's still a lot of like, you know, underground shit that you know You got to be really immersed in it. But yeah, we put the record out. It made a little bit of noise. It was cool.
Same.
But yeah, I mean, he's a really dope producer.
So okay. So do you, as a producer, do you make different genres or you?
Yeah, I've done. Yeah, like,
focused?
yeah, I fucked around. Like, it's mainly been hip hop and like some R&B and I would say house.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to do like a reggaeton record,
Right.
but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Oh.
I've made some trappy beats too.
Same. Yeah.
But to me, that's just hip hop. I mean,
Yeah,
trap
yeah.
like all those beats come from like what I'm saying. Like, it all comes from Bambaataa. Like
Yeah.
to me, like that's what I teach my students anyway. It all comes from that
Down
sound.
south bass.
Yeah,
That's the sound to me.
because
It's true.
Bambaataa, Planet Rock is like the grandfather of trap.
Mm-hmm.
Miami bass is the father of trap. You know what I mean? Those beats are just
true.
Miami bass beats.
Yeah.
Halftime. They were the ones who fucked around and figured out how to sustain the 808.
Yeah, they
kick.
perfected the 808.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So-
yeah.
I would say probably you got to throw Timberland in there too.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes,
for sure.
definitely.
But a lot of people.
Timberland was a hi-hat.
Yeah.
Is that a hi-hat
sure.
god?
Just that double time
Yes.
style.
That's
You know?
You know, I know people used to say too back in the day when he came out that he like they mentioned that maybe he was influenced by drum and bass because drum and bass had that kind of feel to it too, right?
That is kind of true. Yeah.
I can see it.
Everything is in.
Yeah,
And
man.
I say this. I think we say this again on the show a lot. Back then, we had to listen to so many different types
Of
of
course.
music. We were influenced by so many different types of music.
Yeah, man.
It was leaked into everything. Everything touched everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great. There was something you said earlier. We were talking about the Socrates' first single. Was that the same single as on the flip side was Cardinal? Was it that? Is that not right? The
It was Play the Records label was called Stepping Bigger.
okay.
And it was still caught up.
Still and
I think Cardinal
Naughty
was on-
Dread.
No, Naughty Dread was on.
That was afterwards.
That was Cardinal's like little label that he did.
Okay, I'm mistaken.
Yeah, Naughty Dread was the original, and then there was the remix, the dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah. I'm on with the show.
Actually, you can put Cardi in that argument too, because he DJs now too. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
DJ
that's
producer.
right. Celebrity Marauders. I forgot about that. That's right. That's
Shout out
right.
to Cardi.
Yeah, shout out to Cardi. He's supposed to come up with a project with us.
Yardy. Yeah.
Every time. So okay, so what's for the future for you, Grouch? What's
Just-
going on next?
So, next on the menu, I have this 45 I'm dropping. Like any moment now, I'm just waiting for the process to come back. Little bootleg thing, I just did
Literally a 45 vinyl.
I remixed Nas' Life's a Bitch.
Same.
And I did it tastefully. I really hate when there's a remix of a song and the beat doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just pushed together.
Yeah, like-
How'd you swing those acapellas?
I had this shit in my Serato. I was just like, yo, I have this acapella. Let me fucking. So
I need a copy of that.
yeah, I'll hook you up with it. So basically, it just came about really organically. I had heard the joint by Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, the Scared Money.
Okay.
And when I heard that groove, I'm like, I know this
yeah.
groove, and it instantly reminded me of Life's a Bitch. So I found the original, and I looped it up, pretty much the same loop because the loop has the same melody as Life's
That's
a
a
Bitch.
bitch.
I'm giving you my secrets here, guys.
Yeah.
So
Exclusive.
I don't give a fuck because it's out there. Because I'm not claiming that I used the loop first, right?
Right.
Because Anderson .Paak used it first. But then I'm like, and shout outs to Agile because he was like, yo, you got to put this shit out, right?
See.
And he's like, but you need to you get someone to play the trumpet on it. I'm like, all right. But then I'm like listening to the way the loop was, and I'm like, nah, this needs like a sax. And I got my man, also a fellow Panameño, Bainaman. He played the sax on it.
Bainaman?
Bainaman.
How do you spell that?
So Baina, in Spanish, especially in the Caribbean, Baina means like thing or shit. You know what I mean? Like, So he's always talking shit. So he's buying them on. Yeah.
That's why I asked you to spell it, because it literally sounds like patois. That's
Well, yeah, I mean, Panama. If you know Panama,
Yeah,
that's where Panama.
yeah,
That's where reggaeton was born. That's because of that West Indian,
mix and the
West Indian influence, right?
Yeah. That's
I mean,
like even Belize.
Yeah, Belize
Yes.
is like that
Yeah,
too.
when I hear
like
your
that. Very
son's
similar.
dad speak, it's like sounds like my
I
dad.
thought, man,
Yeah.
I thought he was either Trinidadian or Guyanese when I first heard that record.
Yeah, but Belize used to be British Honduras, and then it became Belize.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it's similar. Yeah, very similar. But so yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's
I
what you play the sax. And,
played the sax on it. My man, Mailman from Four Sound, mixed it for me. You know, it's just really some simple like studio tricks. I'm sure you guys, because you guys all come from that school. I mean, you know, we know about panning it left, panning it right. You know, like filtering the bass out, all that shit. And I shoved it up, and it came out nice, man. It sounds really dope.
Is
So
it
it's
like
out? Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's some people have it. I haven't really put it out.
Oh,
I got the test pressings, but I'm waiting on the vinyl.
is there like a label that it's going on, or just like
It's just some bootleg shit.
Yeah,
Some white label.
where are you selling? Or where are you selling them?
It'll be available on my Bandcamp and hand to hand, really.
Scene.
Dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
Anything other than like, you know, what Lost Boy does? What else? Anything?
We're working on some music. And like I said, I got the shit with Che coming out. I got a joint with
What was the
Matt.
name of that?
If he doesn't have a name for it. The beat I gave him like it's a Spanish name because I sampled some Spanish shit. So it's just like it's some slang from Panama too. It's que sopa, which means like what's up.
Scene.
So that's what I call the beat because
Scene.
it's kind of like what the guy's saying. I'll play it for you after.
Yeah, I don't mind hearing that.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep busy, more focused on the production. Like I still DJ, I still play parties, do all that shit.
You do that weekly still parties wise? Yeah?
Not weekly, man. I keep it open just so I could do different shit. I can't imagine. Shout out to all the homies that play at clubs every week, but I can't imagine playing the same.
No, I don't blame you. I can't imagine, especially like
monotonous, like,
nowadays.
fucking, yeah.
It's gonna be dope. Yeah.
And then
Wow.
this is the worst shit. I want everybody to see this. When someone sticks their phone in your face.
Oh.
Can you play this?
Oh, that would drive me nuts.
I told Sid my move. What do you say? I just quit. I had a register. Was it last year? I quit. I'm like yo.
Dude.
I'm telling you, my move is always like.
Yeah.
Yo, I just
is the best.
when they stick the phone in my face, I take the phone and I just put it to the side. I'm like, I just do it, and I keep doing what I'm doing. I had a motherfucker stick his phone in my face, and I'm like, I was getting busy. I was cutting shit up, and this guy kept the phone in my face.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at him, took the phone, I put it to the side, and he's just like waiting, and then eventually he gets the balls to like say something to me, and I'm like what? And he's like, he shows me the phone. I go, I'm not playing this at the end of the fucking night. It's like some EDM song. Like, I'm not playing this at 2 a.m. What is wrong with this guy? Like, get out of here.
Liquor's a hell of a drug, people.
weirdos, man.
Liquor's a hell of a drug.
Disrespect.
Liquor
Like,
and
it's all the approach.
entitlement.
I'm putting this out there. It's all the approach. Like, if you come up to me nicely
Yeah, do it. It's hard to do
and,
it.
respectfully, don't treat me like your
Exactly.
fucking jukebox.
Exactly.
Just fucking...
And they're not
I've
even
always
putting a
said-
quarter in you.
Yeah.
I've always said this. First of all, if you like what I'm playing, first of all, then you should respect my
Selection.
choice, my selection.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if it's a
Trust
song
the
worth,
DJ.
if it's a song worth playing, I'm gonna play it anyways.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
need you to
Gotta
remind
relax.
me to play Drake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
relax.
fucking play Drake.
The worst is when...
Exactly.
Another worst one is when they fucking... So one person comes up, requests a song, and they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Next thing you know, miraculously, another person asks for the same fucking song. And then another person. And it's
So it's a team effort.
they're sending the whole
there's a team
squad. Like,
effort.
get out of here, man.
Wow. You see the stupid lengths y'all go to hearing music? It's iPod culture, though. They're used to playing whatever they want when they're ready to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
It's totally different. Which, I mean, I'm sure that's been happening to you from the beginning, but is it worse now? Like, do people...
Yeah, it's worse now.
Oh, way worse. Request
sense
wise,
of entitlement. It makes sense, though. 'cause
Way
they
worse.
Literally can listen to whatever they want, whenever they want. So they're in the party thinking it's their iPod.
People go out of their way to like fucking cuss you out after. Like, thanks for not playing my song. Oh, like, yo, see the door.
Sense of entitlement. Liquor is a hell of a drug. Never mind the rest of the drugs you guys are probably taking at the club.
You didn't play my song.
I got paid. I still got paid.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Right.
Well, yeah. So where can they find you, Grouch? If for beats, for DJing, for collabs, for whatever you.
Social media, DJ Grouch, at DJ Grouch everywhere. I mean, if you really want my edits and remixes and stuff like that, it's all up on the Beat Junkies site. I'm the Beat Junkies ambassador out here. So yeah,
dope.
and I send out email blasts. I just redid because I really love the joint. Sometimes I'm like that, like and I'm sure you guys might have done this too, like like figure out how to remake a beat.
Yeah.
If there's like, I've made a bunch of instrumentals for songs that I didn't have, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I redid. I wanted to make a clean version of the Freddie Gibbs and Madlib joint, Crime Pays. So in order to make a clean edit, I had to make the beat again. So I found the sample, I made the beat again. I really did my best to get the sound right as far as the compression, all that shit.
That's dope.
The effects. Then I made the clean, which was another labor of love because that motherfucker swears a lot. And
But that technique's a very good, like up and coming producers.
yeah.
Especially back in the day, that's
Yeah,
how
man.
almost all the producers started producing.
Exactly.
They would try to remake their favorite beats.
Exactly.
From the sample that
Yeah.
they knew the other guy made.
Yeah, I've done I
it's a good
redid
practice.
It Ain't Hard to Tell. I've redone the Fugees, the Zealots.
Scene.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'll play you that one after.
Yeah,
It's pretty
So
close.
I didn't ask you this, so we're on our way out. But hold on,
Yeah.
take off your jacket. What's your production method like when you're gonna get? In
Oh,
the zone
so when
of
I'm making
vibes?
something?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah, I mean, it's usually the drums, man. That's
do? Drums first.
drums first. It's that OG mentality, but I've been fucking around with like no samples now, like especially now with that.
Oh yeah, everything from scratch.
Trying, like
Same.
Ableton 10 is a beast. So like, there's so much dope stock shit, and
Same.
I got all these other plugins and stuff that I fuck with. So it's
Do you play anything particular? Or like
it takes me a little longer, but I've never played, like I played piano for like a couple months when I was a kid.
Scene.
But I think I got the ear, and I
Right.
can figure things out.
Right.
It takes me longer,
Right,
but
yeah.
eventually I figure it out.
See,
So
that's dope.
yeah, but I got the Max 25 that I fuck around with, and then I got the Nano Pad.
No.
I eventually want to get like a machine or maybe like a MPC Live or something. But
Right.
it's all Ableton, man. I like Ableton.
Ableton's the main.
Oh yeah, and then that Serato sample is crazy. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
with
for
that.
sure.
But
These guys kill it.
Agile's the one who put me onto it.
Yeah, these guys kill it. I want to get into it. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking.
Toronto studio.
You think the studios? The studio is another thing. I mean, I don't know. Shout outs to anybody using it, but I don't think I would switch. I'm used to
your
Ableton, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Serato sample in Ableton is dope,
Yeah.
and it
And
works with any
everything.
other DAWs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy.
Yeah, it is easier. It's definitely easier. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. Like we could close it. Oh, any advice you want to give to up and coming DJs, producers?
Man, do what you love. Like that's it. Like if you love it, and don't get in it for the wrong reasons about making money, and that'll all come after. Just if you have a genuine interest, you're creative, and you have that, that thirst to put out your creativity and share it with the world, do it, man. Music is a gift. You know what I mean? Music is life.
It's fact.
Like I can't picture me not listening to music.
Facts.
So
I fear this is weird, but not weird. My greatest fear is losing my hearing. That's one of my greatest fears.
my other advice: get your ears checked. Anybody involved in the music industry,
That's not a bad.
because I have a permanent white noise in my left ear.
Oh yeah.
But that isn't even related to music. And this goes out to anybody listening. If you ever lose your hearing suddenly, go directly to emergency. You only have a small window of time to administer these steroids to,
Restore your hearing.
restore your hearing.
That's
yeah.
damn good to know.
I waited too
never knew
long.
that.
And so
And that's what happened.
yeah, so some of the high frequencies are gone from my left ear.
I did not know that. That's
I
a
still
good
make
thing
some
to know.
good beats.
Yeah, there you have it.
That
There you have it.
fucking whistle at the end of the night of DJing in your ear.
But
that
get
lasts.
earplugs. Get earplugs, man. Get earplugs.
I mean, I quit DJing, so.
yeah, no, I hear you, but
Too many phones in your face.
still. Yeah, get it, especially if you go out. If you're gonna go, you're doing a gig tomorrow. If you got
Yeah.
earplugs, trust me,
True.
you get rid of that at the end of the night. You know what I mean?
Good advice. That's some different advice that you got right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Real shit.
Finn, where they catch you at?
MC DJ Finn. Make sure you follow us, Gold Era Music. Look out for the show at Smiling Buddha, November 9th. We got Riggs coming from Rochester. Mav is coming through as well. We got Danielson, Cypher Soze, A-Sun Eastwood, Falcon Crest, Lord Juco, God willing. He said he's going to come through. King Bliss, hosted by Slang Hugh. So you
That's
get your
true.
tickets on Eventbrite.
That's a monster lineup.
It's a monster
Yeah.
lineup. Hey, man.
First time in Toronto.
It's only
so
the beginning.
You don't know. So yeah, follow Gold Era Music on Instagram, golderamusic.com, the website. Follow me, MC DJ Finn, on Twitter and Instagram.
And you know, you can catch me at Slang Hugh everywhere. All Facebook, even your what was the old thing that we used to have?
Black Planet?
Even your Black Planet, all your
MySpace.
MySpace.
Mi gente,
High five.
mihente.com too.
Mihente.com. What's that one? That's like a Facebook.
Because there was Black Planet, there was Mi Gente, and
I
then
remember
Asian
Mi
App.
Gente.
Oh yeah, all three of them.
You got all the-
you can all find me at Slang Hugh and
all-
Christian Mingle.
All
I'm on
four,
there. I'm
all
on
four
there.
food groups.
I'm on there
five.
working. I'm working Kristen Mingle. I'm working. I'm joking. I'm joking. Sibs Rock in the building. Cameraman for the night. Get him at Sibs Rock. It was pretty much everywhere, no? Sibs Rock everywhere. GoldAirMusic.com. This has been another episode of the Lab Chronicles. Grouch, gotta thank you for coming through, bro.
Thank you,
Well
brother.
appreciated. And hey, we might do a part 2 someday. We got
Yeah.
we
I'm down,
everybody
man.
about 50% of our
Yeah.
guests have to come back because
sure.
we couldn't get to everything.
Yeah, all
obviously.
good.
You know what it is. Lab Chronicles, yours truly, Slang You, DJ Finn in the building. We howdy.
I should have said myself.